Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. He's dead, Jim. Dead, Jim. Dead, Jim. Dead. Holy cow, everybody. We are here today on Two Geeks and a Microphone to talk about Sandman Season 2, Part 2. So it's going to be an interesting day because Mike and I have not said a word about this. We saved it for the podcast here on Two Geeks and a Microphone.
Welcome to the Two Geeks and a Microphone podcast, your one-stop shop for television, movie, video games, comic books, book reviews, and more. Now, without further ado, here's Steven and Mike. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Two Geeks and a Microphone. I am your co-host, Mr. Stephen Boster, along with the one, the most illustrious, the most we're having an interesting morning, Mr. Michael Shanks. Mike, say hey to everybody.
Good morning to all you geeks out there in Geekdom Land. I apologize for being a little bit late, but when you gotta go, you gotta go.
And that's not the half of it, everybody. We've had an interesting morning so far.
We sure did.
So what's happened, everybody, is I was in the room waiting and I was getting our website updated and going, I keep looking at the clock going, man, we are here for the show. And I said, Mike is never late. In fact, Mike always beats me to the room to get ready and stuff. And I'm going, what is going on? So after about half an hour, I'm sitting there and I send him a text and I said, everything okay? I don't hear anything back. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I said, I wonder if he was walking the dog and something happened, kind of a thing. And so then it gets about a quarter till and I'm like, huh. And I said, well, I mean, Mike has always been early. This is the first time in 4 years he hasn't shown up, kind of a thing. Something must be going on. So I said, well, I'll just go ahead and call him. So I call him and I get 2 rings in and somebody hits the FU button.
What?
That's what Kelly and I call. That's what Kelly and I call it when all of a sudden it goes to voicemail. He's like, oh, they want to talk to me. It's the FU button.
That's funny. Oh my gosh. Well, the truth is, I was in the wrong recording studio. I was in last week's recording studio for Sandman, and I'm sitting over there going, "Okay, come on, Steven, come on. I got some things we need to talk about and go over before the show. Come on." And then I thought, okay, 12 minutes. He's not here. I'm going to go to the bathroom. And then lo and behold, he calls me. I get out of the bathroom. I come running in here and I'm like, oh, crap. I'm in the wrong room.
Wah, wah. The joys of podcasting, everybody. Just letting you know it is worth the work.
That's what happens when you have multiple rooms.
That's true.
Ready. I guess that's the downfall of being ready.
Right. Having a schedule.
Maybe I should have deleted last week's.
Maybe.
Were done with it.
Oh, yeah. But hey, speaking of schedules, everybody, if you want to check out our schedule, go to our website at www.twogeeksmic.com. That's the number 2, GEEKSMIC.com. We've got some really cool stuff coming down the pike. And so we may talk about that we'll go, I'll get things set up to show the website to everybody. And then let's just talk about our schedule because I want to let everybody know. Yeah. We could do that as geeky news. Yeah. Let's do that as geeky news. That's what we'll do. So
I don't have any other geeky news.
Right. It's like you said, what'd you say last week?
It's either feast or famine. Last week was feast. This week is famine.
But by golly, we've got a lot of stuff we can talk about here on the show. So about what we've got coming up, and I'm super excited. Mike, just going to give you kudos before we get there. Just saying, Mike is pretty good about guests and talking to folks and get people on the show and all. And He's very good at that. The power of the ask, the Aladdin factor, and so
Well, I have a rule. If I don't ask, I don't know. So, I
I like
mean,
it.
and the worst they could do is say no. And we've
Yeah.
had a few that said no in the past.
We have had a few say no.
No. Or as they would say on Duck Dynasty, no.
That's funny. That's funny. All right. Well, we're ready to hit Geek Jar then? I mean, Geeky News?
Yeah, let's do the geeky news.
All right. This is the right one. Okay. So
This is one heck of a morning.
it is, by golly. Welcome to the show, everybody. So glad that you're here with us. Hey, be sure to comment and let us know that you're here. The show, we'd like to give shout outs for people who show up on the live show and really appreciate it. Oh, here's Brenda's remark off of the asking. She says, they can't say no if you don't ask.
That's true, too. That's very true.
All right. Well, here, let me share my screen here real quick. So here's our website, everybody, twogeeksmike.com. If you have not been here, I encourage you to check it out because this is where we talk about the show. Now, currently we have a sponsorship with affiliate sponsorship with Live Bearded. And so if you click this link and order something, we actually get a little percentage, not much, but
a shekel.
Cool. A shekel, yeah. But Live Bearded, they're doing, if you can click on this, it'll take you to the website of Live Bearded. Mike's been using it. It says it smells great.
I love Live Bearded. I love their products. I get if you go back up a second.
Yeah.
Right there, that first one, that's the shampoo, the conditioner, the beard balm, and the beard oil. I get the whole shebang. It's a little pricey, but man, it's good stuff, and it does help, condition your beard and make it more manageable, and it makes your beard smell good. I really like it.
Nice. The complete beard kit. And what we had been sharing with everybody was, I know it was down there, or it used to be. It's not on here anymore. Okay, let me go.
Look at that, Steven. My beard is nothing compared to those guys.
Right. It's pretty wild. Right now, the sample packs, which Mike thoroughly encourages you to do, is it's a sample pack. It's actually on sale right now for $15.
Yes,
is all. Normally $20, and if it's your first order with them, if it's new account, you actually get a $10 credit. So you're getting, like, for $5, you're getting a sample pack of their different scents and stuff. And then you said you also get a card. Is that right?
Yes, you get a card that you can check off which ones you like, and that way by the time you are done using it, you will know exactly which one you prefer, and then you can go on the site and order it. The other thing I like, those sample packs, each one is numbered on how to use it, so it's a nice little system on how to use each piece of the product. So
that is cool. That is neat.
They thought this out really well.
That's cool. Well, everybody, that's if you want to check out the sponsorship. The other stuff on the website is just there's our little welcome thing. There, if you want to hear the podcast versions, the audio versions, we have a spot where you can actually listen to it on our website. And then we have upcoming shows. And this is what I wanted to share with everybody.
Yeah.
Next Tuesday night, we have a Creator's Corner. And we have comic creator Andrew Rodriguez from the Rippaverse, where they just announced a new comic book hero in the Rippaverse called Blue Shift. And the creator is going to be here on Two Geeks and a Microphone this Tuesday night. So please mark your calendars for, what time did we say? 7 Central?
7 p.m. Central Standard.
7 Central Standard Time. That means 6 p.m. my time. I'm in Mountain Time. And then those on the East Coast, it's going to be, I think, 8 Central Standard Time. And so we are really pumped about that. When we had Eric July on, the head of the Rippaverse, it was a really interesting show, and we went in some interesting directions with him on leadership and all kinds of stuff, which was really good. If you haven't seen that, please go check out that. That is posted on our website and it's posted on our YouTube channel.
That's our most viewed episode
podcast.
too.
Yeah, it is. And then on August 23rd, so it's Tuesday for comic creator Andrew Rodriguez from the Rippaverse, but on next Saturday we've got Tom Hutchison back once again, but this time we're not talking about Invincible. or Jaws.
Hey, we couldn't have timed that better,
right? Openly, we are going to talk about his creation, The Legend of Oz: Wicked West, and this is the comic book that got Mike really connected with Tom, that he really enjoyed Tom's work, and I think he's got something special is happening. He's doing a Kickstarter campaign with The Legend of Oz: Wicked West. I think it's an omnibus, but I can't remember all of a sudden.
I believe it's an omnibus. Here is book 1.
Here, let me do this real quick. Let me see if I can get that bigger for us.
Here's book 1, and it's all just a Wild West take on the Wizard of Oz. I consider Dorothy kind of like Annie Oakley.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good analogy. I like that.
So it's a really neat take. I really like this, and this one's actually autographed by Tom, because I got
I see it
from the Comic Con that we had in Belleville last year.
Nice.
Comic Con. It's like a mini Comic Con.
Yeah, that's all right. Those are fun. I think those are a little more intimate.
Oh no, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And I got to stand there and talk to Tom for quite a bit. In fact, I went up, talked to him. He had a nice, huge display too. I mean, you walk in the door and there's Tom, and these huge posters of his characters and stuff, like a big poster of Dorothy, and then there's like a big poster of Critter. Critter's another one of his big characters in Big Dog Inc. And walked up to him. I mean, yeah, that catches your eye right away. And then Wizard of Oz, I'm always on the lookout for Wizard of Oz because my wife is a big Wizard of Oz fan. And I'm like, whoa, wait, what's this? And he starts telling me about it. I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. My wife will probably like this. I'm like, heck, I think I'd really get into this one. And I was like, all right. And I said, well, let me look around. And I'd go walk around, walk the floor and look at other items. And I'd come back. I talk to him for a little bit and I'd go walk around. So Tom and I talked quite a bit that day. We had a great time. And so then I finally bought the book, and he gave me a couple sample comics of Critter and Ursa Minor. I think that's his horror comic. I still haven't read that. But anyway, but yeah, Tom was really cool, and I invited him to be on the show, and he's been on here several times since.
He has been. Yep. And so we've got him back again next Saturday. So that's going to be good. We're going to get a little more detail about, his world, the whole thing with Dorothy and how he came up with this idea and stuff. So I'm looking forward to that.
I think, do not quote me on this, but I think he is going to have a guest with him too.
Ooh. Okay.
And I think it's his like go-to cosplayer for Dorothy, Dorothy.
Excellent.
So, yeah. I don't quote me, but
he was going to try. That's right. Yep. Okay. So then everybody, August 30th, we are doing, I believe this is correct, Tulsa King season 2. And is Jacob
look at that date and make sure that's right?
Yeah, I've got it as August 30th, but if we need to change it, we can change it. But that's what I have right now. And then we still don't have anything for September 6th to post.
Yeah, we're working on that. I'll go ahead and say September 20th. We're going to do something for Batman Day because September 20th.
That's Wednesday.
No, that's a Saturday, actually.
It is?
Yeah.
It is. All right.
Falls on our regular recording day. So.
It sure does. That's awesome. Okay, cool.
I think Batman Day is always the third Saturday in September.
Okay,
I think that's how DC
that works. Yep.
Yeah. So we're gonna. Steve and I got to discuss that a little bit more. I got an idea. And I just got to make sure Steven wants to do it before we announce it on the air. But we will be doing something for Batman Day. That's for sure.
Yes, we are. September 9th, everybody, don't forget, we are, well, letting everybody know, excuse me, Wednesday season 2 we're doing, but we're doing it, why are we doing it on a Tuesday night? Because we are going to have Mark Anthony Austin on, who many of you know has been on the show a couple of times before as Boba Fett. He's the he's the Star Wars
walk-on Boba Fett for Star Wars: A New Hope Special Edition.
Yes, great guy. We've really enjoyed having him on the show. He also does the cameos. If you're familiar with cameos, he does those. And but here's the dealioso. He announced on his Facebook, he said, I can talk about it now because it's been released, but I can't talk too much yet because the second half hasn't been released of Wednesday. But he worked on the special effects for Wednesday. And so as soon as it drops, we're like watching the 4 episodes, and then we're going to have Mark on, and he's going to be able to talk about all that here on the show. And so
I got something funny to add to that.
Oh yeah. What's that?
So Mark and I had been having back and forth through email, and I had shot out, do you want to do, I think it was September 5th. I guess that would be the Saturday afterward, whatever the Saturday afterward. And he was like, no, I can't do that. How about we do the second? And I was like, wait a minute, the second. It releases on the 3rd. I go, Mark, I don't think you could do it on the 2nd. It's before it's released. And he's like, oh yeah, good call. It was pretty darn funny.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I'm excited because if you follow Mark Anthony Austin on Facebook, he shares from time to time clips of stuff that he's worked on.
Yeah.
And so we get to hear from him and have discussions on him about the show, but also the stuff that he worked on. So I'm pretty excited about that, having that conversation. So it'll be good.
Be fun. And it's been a while since we had Mark on. So
yep.
I think the last time we had Mark on, he was a little tipsy. Because it was around New Year's Eve time. And I think he had started partying a little early.
He is a hoot. He's a lot of fun. So
he's a blast.
Yeah, it'll be good. So so for us to not talking before the show, we're like, we don't have anything for Geekdar. Well, guess what?
What do you mean geeky news?
I mean, geeky news. Yes. Geeky news. All right. I guess we better hit Geekdar because we need to get into it. Here we go.
Yeah, I got one thing.
Go with the radar, sir.
What's wrong with it?
I've lost the bleeps, I've lost the sweeps, and I've lost the creeps.
The what? The what? And the what?
You know, the bleeps, the sweeps, and the creeps.
I hope Spaceball 2 is good. Gosh, I hope it's good.
It's hard to say.
I read that Michael Winslow is back for it, which I'm happy.
Nice.
And so is Rick Moranis. That's huge.
That's huge.
Because he left Hollywood. But they're saying that Michael Winslow, it sounds like he's got an even bigger part in part 2. So we'll see what happens. But I just hope it's good. Just give me a good movie. All right. I have one thing, so I'll share this pretty quickly.
Okay.
So we followed Godzilla versus Kong versus Justice League Part 1. And I also shared that I've been buying Godzilla versus Kong versus Justice League Part 2 as it's coming out. Went to the comic book store last weekend, and I discovered something else, another Godzilla item. We now have Godzilla destroys the Marvel
Universe. What?
So we got Godzilla in both universes. I'm loving this.
Isn't there a new Godzilla movie coming out?
I don't know. I think we're supposed to get Godzilla versus Kong 2. I think.
No, this is different. This is
Oh, I know Shin Godzilla is back in the theaters. I know that for a limited time.
oh, maybe that's what I'm
That's the Japanese. It's the same company.
2016 film. Okay.
Yeah, and I bought it and I still haven't watched it yet. I thought about going to the theaters because I was like, oh well, I could go to theaters and actually see it in the theaters before I watch it on digital
video. That's funny. Now, is that the one that's the same group? Excuse me. That's the same group that did -1.
From what I understand, it's the same group
Okay.
that did -1. I hear a lot of good things about Shin Godzilla. But again, I haven't watched it, so
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Supposedly March 2027.
oh, is
We're
that
supposed to
the
get
next?
Godzilla and Kong.
Okay,
Okay.
cool.
Right on. All right. Well, so the Marvel Universe, eh?
Yeah, Godzilla destroys the Marvel universe.
I guess they realized that the DC one was going pretty well.
I don't know how the licensing works for Godzilla because Godzilla premiered in the comic books in Marvel, back in the 70s, and I think I got a reprint of the first. It's a glorious cover too because it's Godzilla, King of the Monsters, and it's awesome. But yeah, Godzilla premiered in Marvel in comic books back in the 70s, and so Marvel's kind of had the rights to Godzilla, but I guess is it Paramount that has the Godzilla versus Kong stuff?
I don't know. Maybe.
Whoever has that universe, I guess, is tied to Warner Brothers and DC, and I guess that's how DC is getting the licensing.
It's Warner Brothers.
It is so Warner Brothers. I'm
Okay.
sorry, but it is so weird. The licensing thing for Godzilla is just insane. But
Right.
hey, you know what? If I can get him in both universes, I'm cool with that.
Right. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. Well, for my Geekdar, Kelly and I watched a movie last night. She picked it, and I was like, okay, and let's see what's new on. We always do this on the weekends. Okay, what's new that's popped up that we haven't seen or what's been released and stuff. Well, we watched Death of a Unicorn. This is the movie with Jenna Ortega of Wednesday fame.
Wednesday.
Will Poulter was in it. Paul Rudd was in it. Téa Leoni was in it. And I will say it's on HBO Max. So those who have HBO.
This is kind of a horror movie, isn't it, Steven?
Well, it's a horror comedy thriller kind of a thing. So
Fair.
it does the horror thing because you don't really get a full view of the unicorns till the end, but you do see them, parts of them. And so as the movie progresses, you get to see more of the unicorns kind of a thing. And so
these are not like My Little Pony unicorns.
No.
Megan, what's the name of Tara Strong's
Twilight Sparkle.
Twilight? So no Twilight Sparkle in this.
Yes. No. Nope. I will say this. I wasn't for sure how it was because when you see the trailers, and the trailers is you see there's a little white unicorn that gets hit by a car. They put it in the car. They take it to this huge mansion where they're out in the middle of wherever, but it's beautiful country. It looks wonderful. And then evidently they kill the unicorn. I mean, there's the scene where the unicorn kind of wakes up in the car kind of a thing, and it's pretty funny.
Is it reminiscent of David Spade and or no, is it David Spade? Yeah, David Spade and that guy in a little coat. Oh gosh. when the deer wakes up in the back of the car. Anyway,
yeah, maybe, kind of thing. So then, but you realize they do some good mythology and storytelling in it. It was better than I thought it would be. So I gave it, if you asked me to rate it, I'd say it's eight out of 10 unicorns. Tommy Boy, is that the
Tommy,
one?
yes, that's what I was
Gotcha.
trying to think of.
Nice, Brenda, in for the save and all. And so it was good. It was really good. So we enjoyed it. We were like, hey, that was good. I didn't Steven skip anything. I didn't fall asleep or anything. And so we watched that because I had cooked hamburgers. And so we just ate our hamburgers, started watching the movie, and just kind of enjoyed it. Then after that, we were like, well, it was still kind of early in the evening, sort of. And then we saw another movie. So this is my second Geek Dar. Now, some of you are going to laugh at me, but we watched Inglorious Bastards. And I had never seen it. It's a 15-year-old movie. Well, 2009. Okay, so it came out.
I watched it years ago, but man, I really don't remember.
Yeah. Well, this one I kind of fell asleep in it, but it was late and I'd been up for a long time. But all of a sudden I got a Charlie horse in my leg and that woke me up and I was like, and so then I was up for the rest of the movie and it wasn't bad. I know here it says IMDb gives it 8.4 out of 10, Prime 8.4 out of 10, Rotten Tomatoes 89%. I am normally not a Quentin Tarantino fan, but this actually wasn't that bad. Kind of a thing. So
any Steven skips?
No, just Steven falling asleep.
Oh wait, that's right. You're not allowed to watch it. You're not allowed to Steven skip when Kelly's watching it.
That is correct. I am not allowed to Steven skip with Kelly watching. That's correct.
Because she commandeers the remote control.
Well, yes. So, anyway, so those are my two things of what's on my Geek Dar. I watched a couple of movies with my beautiful bride, and so we enjoyed those. So, all right. Well, are we ready for the main event? It is 8:32 my time, 9:32. So we are 2 minutes over for sure on getting to.
Well, we started 5 minutes late too. So.
Well, that's true too. Good. It's time for the main event. All right, everybody. We are talking today about Sandman Season 2, Part 2. So as you guys know, we last week we covered the first 6 episodes, and this week we're covering the rest of this of the season. And what we liked about it, what we didn't like about it, or just kind of talk about it in general. Last week, if you remember, I really enjoyed the episodes 4, 5, and 6 that dealt with Morpheus's son. Mm-hmm. And we were intrigued with the first 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3 were more about the season 1, 2, and 3 were about hell. And he got hell, and then all the repercussions that happened off of that, which is pretty funny. It was intriguing. It was interesting. And so today we are talking about the repercussions of what happened because Morpheus, knowing full well what it would mean to give his son peace, he had to take his son's life. And so he killed a family member. And in the realm of this mythology, that's a big fat no.
Right.
Spilled family blood. That's how they said
Spilled family blood. Yeah, that's exactly what they kept saying over and over again.
Yeah. You spilled family blood. You spilled family blood. Oh, we could have made that a drinking game. We would not be here today, everybody, if that was the case.
I don't know if I have enough tequila for that.
Right. I've got enough bourbon because I don't drink a whole lot, but
I don't drink a whole lot either. But I need more. I need more. I found a jalapeno tequila that I need to get too.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, we go to Total Wine and More on Saturdays because they have tastings on Saturdays.
Nice.
and I beeline it to the tequila because I'm like, all right, what kind of really expensive tequila can I taste that I'm never going to be able to buy?
Right.
And they had a jalapeno one, and I was like, oh, I want to try this one, and it was in the El Padrino brand, which we loved the lime version of that, and so they gave it to me, and I was like, it's not bad, but it doesn't have much of a bite to it. And the lady goes, oh, no, I'll give you a taste of a better one. I was like, okay, cool. Gosh, I can't remember what this one was called, but man, I tasted it. I was like, ooh, yeah, I can actually taste the jalapeno in it, and I got a good tequila flavor along with it. I was like, ooh, this is really good. So I'm like, I like this one better.
Nice.
It was like $35 for a bottle. It wasn't bad price. So
That's not too bad.
although
Yeah.
I didn't buy it that day. So
Right. I don't know if I told you this or not, but last weekend I did a date night with Kelly, and we went to a new Mexican restaurant here in Bozeman, and
I love me some Mexican.
it was really good. And it's pretty funny because when everybody in there is Hispanic, the food is good.
Oh yeah. Oh, we got a couple places around here that are like that too. In fact, we got one just down the street that we all love. It's like, oh yeah, this is becoming one of our favorites. So,
well, the funny thing is that we had an hour wait. We got in. So yeah, it's that popular right now. So around the corner is a little distillery, a local distillery, Bozeman Distillery. And so we went in there and we did a little, I had gotten a bourbon old fashioned type drink, and then Kelly had gotten a Italian soda type drink. It was really good. And then while we were there talking with them and learning more about the distillery and stuff, they gave us a couple of shots of this and that and kind of thing. And there's one I was like, ooh, I said, well, what's this something? I can't even pronounce what it is. It's a German name, but it's only made there of anywhere kind of a thing in the United States. And I was like, oh, so I tasted it. I was like, that's really good. It was smooth. And I said, how much is this? $150 a bottle. I was like, oh yeah, that's outside my price range.
Yeah, that's why I go in and try those really expensive tequilas too. I've had a couple $100 tequilas that I've tried there, and it's like, yeah, this is good. I'll never buy it, but it's good.
Right. Well, what's funny is we did come home with apple pie moonshine.
That sounds really, really dangerous.
Yes, correct. So anyway, beyond that, everybody, holy cow, how did we get on the subject of this? Sorry.
I don't know. I slipped into tequila somehow. Anyways.
Right. All right. So
remember, drinking is not a sin. It's drinking to drunkenness that is a sin. Right. I'm just precipice.
We only feel like we have to do that because we have Baptist roots backgrounds. All right. So, Mike, what did you think? If you had to score this second half, which we're talking about the whole thing, it's him Morpheus having to deal with the the repercussions of his actions and all. How would you rate this second half of second season?
I do like the second half.
Okay.
I was a little bummed where it went. And I don't want to get into that too much because that gets into spoilerific territory.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, I still think it was really good. And for when you put the two together, I think you got a really good, strong season of this show. Mm-hmm. I enjoy the story. I've said before that I enjoy Morpheus and Death. Those are my two favorite characters. I would say my third favorite is Delirium.
Okay.
And
have you seen my dog?
I love Delirium. I think she would make a great Harley Quinn, honestly.
Oh, yes.
She just reminds me so much of Harley Quinn. And I'm a huge fan of Harley Quinn. So I think that's the reason I like her. And she just has that she has that Arlene Sorkin type of feel to her, of the original Harley Quinn, and I really, really enjoy that. So I really like her character. I loved her dog. Her dog was great. He was fantastic.
That used to be Destruction's dog, right?
Right. That used to be Destruction's dog. And I actually think he's a better companion to her. Like she said, I'm with him, or maybe, or no, she said he's with me, or maybe I'm with him. And I absolutely love that, because I mean that's kind of their relationship. It's pretty cool. So overall, I think it was good. I liked the story. I liked where I mean, I like places the story went. Again, the ending I was a little bummed about, but I get it, and I guess it was good. So
Okay.
I would still stick, and Megan and I were talking about what we need to do for a scale for this one.
Yeah.
I think we're going to go with talking dogs.
Nice. I like it.
So we'll go with Delirium's talking dog, because I thought he was funny. So I would give it 7 out of 10 talking dogs.
Whoop.
Oh, we should bring Megan in to get her score too.
Okay. Your mom, Brenda, gave 7 out of 10. And let's bring in Megan. I got to bring her into the scene. There's Megan. There you go. Here, I'll do it like this. I'll just play around with this one right here. Oh, where'd I go?
I don't know. You
You went
disappeared.
above the
Ta-da! Okay, go for it.
You were beamed to black.
except for episode 10 and 11, I'll give it an 8.
Oh,
Those
okay.
2 specific episodes get 5
Why do they get 5?
because I'm not a fan of
don't say it yet.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
that cross.
spoiler.
That's a I don't tend to.
What did you give the first half? I don't remember.
I didn't give one.
Oh, okay.
You didn't ask me.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine.
All right. So how many singing decapitated heads do you give the first half of the season? Because that was our scale for the first half.
Good memory.
I go 8 for the first half.
Okay.
I love the first half.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the first half, especially 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yes. The Orpheus story. Oops. So, okay. So I liked it. I understood where they were going with it. I understood the rationale. I will say this. One of the things I really, really liked, and one of the things I didn't like about the first season, because I thought the Sandman character, Morpheus's character, was so stoic, deadpan, even keel. Like, you sound like Eeyore to me, man. That kind of a, oh, it's mine. It's just monotone kind of a thing.
Uh-huh.
But what I saw them do in this part, the second half of the second season, was, and they focused on this in the story about how he had changed.
I was going to say that they highlighted it in the story, which I liked.
Yeah, and the actor that they had do it did a great job. At first I was like, is this all this actor can do, kind of a thing? I mean, but then when I began to realize what they were going for on the second half of the second season, I was very impressed with it, and I really enjoyed it. If I would say where it went was fine. I really, I don't, on the first 5 of the 6 episodes of the second half, I'm going to say I didn't Steven skip anything. And so it was good. I was intrigued. So I'll give it, I'll agree. I'll give it a good 7 out of 10. So I guess that puts my score at 8 overall for the whole season. But okay. I think so that's where I'm at with it. So I thought it was really good. And it was interesting. There's one thing. Oh, no.
I know. We're going to have to talk about that.
I have to say it's 7. There's one thing that happened in the show that I gave everybody a heads up last week, if you remember right. We'll talk about that today. That I was like, and I almost stopped watching. So, yeah. Okay. All right. So are we ready to go into spoilerific territory?
Sounds good to me.
All right. We need to have a little warning, spoilerific territory.
Well,
Here,
we have. Wait a minute.
There's a couple of sound bites right here.
Right.
There you go.
There it is. There you have it. And there you are. All right.
There you
Perfect territory. I'll leave that on for just a minute, but poor Megan has to reach up over the bar. Here, there's a different way I can do that. Here, let's do this. And then let's do
now
this.
Steven got rid of himself again.
No, he's just hiding.
Yeah, I'll just cover up Mike. There we go. I'm not.
Oh, you covered you up.
Oh gosh, that's funny. All right. So with that, everybody, let's talk spoilers. I'm going to get rid of the banner. All right. Spoilerific territory, everybody. Forewarned. You have been forewarned that we are in spoilerific territory. Okay.
You know, I have a few people at work are like, I want to go watch a show, but I haven't seen half the stuff you guys talk about. I go, well, go watch it and then go listen to our show. So
yeah,
if you are watching us right now and you have not watched the second half of Sandman season 2, pause, go watch it, and then come back.
Right.
There you go.
Okay.
Simple as that.
That's all there is to it. All right.
Right here.
Okay. So what kind of spoilerific stuff do you guys want to talk about first and foremost?
Well, let's talk about the baby in the room. Let's just
right.
Yeah. So you said last week that there was a particular scene that you almost stopped watching because it breaks your rule. And as soon as you said that, I went, "Ooh, crap! I kind of know what's going to happen," because I know what that means. And I was just waiting for it, and I think it happened in the second episode of the second half. I can't remember what number that would be. And I was just
8.
like, oh, this is the one. This is it. This is what Steven was talking about. So Loki and his partner, Puck. Kidnap Daniel, the baby. And Loki reveals that he's going to kill the baby.
Yeah.
And as soon as he says that, I was like, this is it. This is where Steven's almost checked out. So, and that is a major spoiler. So, but now what we find out though, as sick and disgusting as that is, Loki does have a reasoning for it. Because basically it's more or less he's killing off the human side of Daniel because Daniel is the next dream. That's what's going on here. So like you said last week, it does play into the bigger story. There is a reason behind it. I agree with you. I don't care for this. I don't care for the idea of killing the child, but technically we didn't kill the child either. So
yeah, but you didn't know that going into it. And I think that was the whole thing. And that's why I said, everybody just hang in there kind of thing. There is a purpose for it. I didn't, but I would say I didn't like that. That was one of the things I was like, no, I don't do that. You can do better storytelling than that or something. You know, anything that happens with kids in shows or infants, even, I'm like,
Megan wants to say something. I can see I can see the wheels turning in her head.
To be fair, it wouldn't have happened as he was a kid if Dream wouldn't have been being sent after.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah,
because the plan wasn't to do it right then.
This is true.
The plan was to do it later.
Yeah, and I think that probably overall would have been better. Because at least, because once he does take over as Dream, he's now a full-grown man. And like he says, he doesn't even really have the experience of being a human. He's the first in the family that's part human. And he doesn't even have the experience of being a human. Mm-hmm. So can he really call himself human? You know, and
Mhm.
had he had a chance to grow up and be human, he could do things differently too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's an interesting perspective, Megan.
It kind of reminds me of what you guys are saying. Reminds me of the Age of Ultron movie where you have Vision when he's first made, and it's the very end where he's talking with Ultron and says, "You're the last one," and he goes, "You were so unbearably naive." He says, "Well, I was just born yesterday."
Well, and Daniel says something similar to that too.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, so that's true. That's very true.
yeah. So
Very.
that was the one part that I would say I did not like about the show. I understood it as the story played out, but I will say I did have the tendency where I wanted to Steven skip through anything dealing with Puck and
Loki.
They're out from there on. I know. I was like, whatever, click, whatever. I don't care about you guys. Click.
Well,
click,
now
click.
to be fair, Puck didn't go along with it.
True.
That's true.
He
Puck
didn't want
to.
he didn't want to.
Right.
Once he realized what the plan entailed,
Right.
he was like, I don't know if I'm comfortable with this.
Even afterwards, he didn't
Yeah.
seem
Yeah.
comfortable with the whole idea. So you got to give his character a little credit, you know.
Yeah.
Because he tried to stop him actually.
Yeah. Yeah. Because then he knocked him out. Loki knocked out with a drug or something.
Yeah, he drugged
when he
him.
knocked out Puck. Yeah. So the other part was, what'd you think of the Corinthian?
Oh,
The new Corinthian.
I love
I
the
love him.
Corinthian.
Yes.
He goes up the scale on one. I like the new Corinthian. I like the second Corinthian better. I love how they did First Corinthians,
Second Corinthian.
I thought that was hilarious. Every time they'd say that, I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so funny." But yeah, I hated the First Corinthian. I mean, he was total serial killer.
Mm-hmm.
The guy even went to a literal serial killer convention, which was freaking hilarious, by the way.
Yeah, that's season 1, everybody.
And I'm not talking about, movie fans. I'm talking actual serial killers at this convention. It was insane. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And then he goes from that to, well, I mean, he's a kind of a good guy. He's a little bit of a womanizer, but or at least he has womanizer tendencies. We'll just say that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I liked him a lot better in season, much more better.
Much more better. Yes, I enjoyed the second Corinthian a lot.
I did too. He would go up my list on favorite characters.
And I like the dynamic relationship between him and Joan Constantine.
Yeah, I did too.
Mhm.
That was cool. So
yes, very much so. So everybody, one of the things that we're talking about that we've kind of saved here till the end, or not? Well, we're almost to the end, but the is we didn't like the fact that Dream had to die.
The new Dream. Well, yeah, I didn't like either one of that actually.
Yeah, we got Morpheus, and because how did we say it earlier? As if it was a drinking game.
You spilled family blood.
But yep, there we go, everybody. Drink. So, I thought it was interesting because you got to meet the parents, which Rufus Sewell was Father Time, which was good. I was like, oh, I know that actor, kind of a thing, and so I thought it was intriguing. It was interesting, and then
kind of reminded me of Guardians of the Galaxy 2 when he meets his father.
Oh, Kurt Russell.
Yeah. Kind of sort of reminded me of that. It's very similar, He's kind of a jerk.
Yeah.
Very similar to that.
Right. Yeah, very much so. So then who else does he go to? He goes to his mom, and then he goes to the, what do they call the fates or the furies? Say, don't call them that. The kindly ones,
Furies, the kindly ones.
The kindly
They're
ones.
called all three.
Yeah, the kindly ones.
right?
Or as I refer to them as this universe's Sanderson sisters.
Sandersons.
I don't think Steven
Hocus
see.
Pocus.
Yeah, Hocus Pocus.
Oh, okay.
Bette Midler.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, I can't think
Jessica
of the other
Sarah Parker and the third tenor. Nobody knows the third tenor.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, as soon as I saw them, I'm like, are they this universe's Sanderson sisters? Because that's what they
I mean,
yeah.
I get it when she had the yarn and she cut the yarn for Morpheus, kind of a thing. And it's like, okay, that's from, I remember seeing that originally in Disney's Hercules, the Fates.
That's a Greek. That's the Fates.
Yes.
Okay. I wanted Morpheus to just destroy them once they got to the dream world.
I was hoping for there would be a really cool scene. Like, all right, this is episode 9. I don't know what episode 11. Don't know what they're going to do for episode 12. We still got some time. And then I'm sitting there going, oh, and I'm like, that's it?
A lot of talking.
Yeah.
A lot of talking.
A lot of talking.
Yeah,
A lot of talking.
Yeah. A lot of talking and little action in that.
That's
and
in
I
other
hate
words, that's an
I hate
Elvis
it.
song. Little less talk and a lot more action.
That's great. I hated it when they I guess aged, because they didn't kill Morpheus's his dragon.
Oh, the Griffin.
Yeah, the Griffin.
The Griffin, the Dragon, and
his
the Pegasus.
protectors. Yeah, I love his protectors. I think they're
Yes, agreed.
awesome. And
Yeah.
and when they kind of, because like I said, they didn't kill them; they just like aged them, because they weren't going to let them into Morpheus's house, because
Mhm.
they protect Morpheus's house and everything. Excuse me, the iced coffee's talking back to me. But I hated it when they aged them. I was like, what? Because I really like those characters too. I think they're cool.
Yeah.
I'd like to see some kind of adventure just with them. That'd be kind of neat.
I do
That
like
would
his
be cool.
Guardians.
Yeah, his Guardians are great.
The Three Amigos. Hey. Just saying, yeah. Which one's Steve Martin? Which one's Martin Short? Which one's who's the third? Who was the third?
Steve Martin, Martin Short, and
The third tenor.
Chevy Chase.
Chevy Chase. Yes. Chevy Chase.
Megan hasn't seen Three Amigos. We
No,
gotta
I haven't.
watch that. It's a great show.
Yeah. Everybody, if you want to watch us talk about Three Amigos, just let us know.
Sounds
We'll get
like
Megan's.
Yeah, I couldn't hear what she said either, and I got off the comments, so I don't know.
She hasn't said anything in the comments.
Okay.
I just heard her.
I'm in the other room. So cool. All right. So let's see. So with the end, it was kind of, I was expecting a big battle. I was like, woo, we're going to have a big
was
battle.
It was
And I was like, huh? And actually, it wasn't the last episode. That was episode 10, really.
Right. Because then we got
funeral.
we get
was
the
episode
funeral.
11. That's right.
Oh, I have to say something. So last episode, I talked about Destiny and how I said, because Destiny went to the wedding, and I said, don't ever invite Destiny to a party because he's nothing but a party pooper. Well, don't invite him to funerals either, because he's just as bad at a funeral. Morpheus is on my top of favorite characters, then Death, then probably Delirium. Probably Corinthian after that. Yeah. Destiny, he's all the way at the bottom.
He's a buzzkill.
He's a buzzkill. Gosh, I hate that guy.
Well, if you have to sober up at a party, everybody, invite Destiny.
Bring him in.
You'll
He'll
get sobered
he'll
up real
sober
quick.
you up really quick.
In more ways than one, because he's destiny.
You know what? You know what he kind of reminds me of. So you remember the story in the Bible about the prophet and the king? They said something to the one of the kings, and they said to bring in the prophet. And I forget which prophet it was, and he goes, "No, not that guy. He always says bad things about me."
Oh,
I think destiny is that prophet.
gotcha. I gotcha. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty funny. I like that. Yeah. So that's right. So, and then what did you think of the funeral? Everybody at the funeral and stuff like that. Because you said something I thought was interesting. Because you said that you thought Desire was behind it all,
I did,
and
and
then when the funeral happened. I'm like, huh.
yeah, I mean,
I still blame Desire.
I blame Desire for a lot of what happened. I still think he put things in motion, in my opinion. Maybe he wasn't the overall, because I kind of thought his goal was to get rid of Dream by the end of it, or Morpheus,
Mhm.
whichever name you'd like to use, because he has like a dozen names. Morpheus, Dream.
That's like Game of Thrones. The Unbreaker, the blah blah blah, the blah blah blah. They keep adding all these different names to them. Yeah.
I never watched Game of Thrones, so I don't know. But
Oh, it's an intriguing
yeah,
political kind of
well, I didn't have
thing.
that was on HBO.
HBO. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't have HBO when that was all popular and everything. So I don't know.
We
Maybe
went over to some friend's house. We made a party of it every Sunday night.
I remember.
I
Yeah,
tried to
remember you doing
watch
that.
Game of Thrones. I couldn't get into it.
Really?
First
Maybe
season
I'll-
was the toughest for me. Openly, the first season was really hard.
I do like
But
the dire wolves and the dragons.
yeah,
I think I'd love the dragons, but anyway, I forgot where we were going.
You were talking
Sorry.
about Desire.
Desire being behind it all
Oh yeah.
at the funeral.
So
Made
yeah,
me
by the
wonder.
funeral, I was like, okay, maybe he's not the the crux of it all, like I thought in the beginning. Because man, I was positive in those first 6 episodes he was behind everything, because it really felt that way. Every time you turned around, Desire had something to do with, he was the one who put it in Delirium's head that she needed to go find destruction. He's the one that finally put it into Dream's head that he should go with her, although he gave her Dream a alternative motive for going with her, and that was to find what's her face that he subjected to hell. Gosh, I can't think of her name. The one he was in love with, though. So yeah, I was positive that Desire was behind everything, and it was kind of shocking to find out that really he wasn't the crux of it all. So
Mm-hmm.
I told you I'm not always that great of a detective.
That's all right.
Unfortunately, I'm not Batman.
Batman. I'm Batman. Yeah. That's funny. The other thing I liked the innocence of the new Dream.
Yeah. Okay.
And all. I thought that was interesting. And then seeing his mom, being able to see his mom, or it's like I'm no longer that child, kind of a thing. But I thought that was interesting. And still how he was part Morpheus too as well. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, how he still had Morpheus's memories and so on and so forth.
Yeah, kind of like the essence of Morpheus or something like that. I thought was interesting.
Yeah,
but
I enjoyed when they brought in the guy that he gave immortality to, and he
was that friendship,
like, right? And she goes to introduce him, his librarian. I don't know what you call her.
Luciana.
Yeah, Luciana. Which I liked her character too. She was.
I did. Mm-hmm.
But she brings him in and says, "Let me introduce," or starts to say, "Let me introduce," and he's like, "Oh, I know who you are," and he goes, "We haven't actually met, but I do know who you are," and he knew who he was through Morpheus's memories, which was interesting. I like him, but I don't like him.
Who do you mean? Are you talking about the new dream, or are you
Yeah,
talking about the?
I'm talking about the new dream.
Yeah.
I just don't like him as much as Morpheus. I like Morpheus a lot better than I do the new dream,
Much more
but
better.
much more better. Cheers.
Cheers.
But I understand the series was planned in the beginning for only 2 seasons. That's all the material they had.
Really?
Yeah, I read that Neil Gaiman only wrote so much for the Sandman series, and this was it. And so I get it. It's all planned out, and at some point Morpheus has to die. And as much as I don't like that, I think it does play well to the story.
I don't.
Evil dies tonight. Sorry, that's what you said.
Oh my god, that drove me insane.
Right.
Stop saying that. We all know it doesn't die. There's a third movie coming.
There's another drinking game that's going to throw you under the table.
You'll be drunk as a skunk if you play it with that. With Halloween.
You may have to go to the
Halloween
emergency room for alcohol poisoning.
Yeah, exactly.
Evil dies.
Yeah, that was
tonight.
Halloween Kills. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just not the biggest fan of the new dream.
Yeah, well, here's what Brenda says. I thought was really good. She said it's like a new doctor. It takes time to get to know them, and then but then she states,
But we won't
get to really know. Yeah.
Now I liked how it ended. I liked the family meeting him. That was an interesting thing because when Destruction talks to New Dream, he tells New Dream and he throws him the coin, which is very Harvey Dent like, by the way. Two-Face. I've been listening to the Long Halloween, so Two-Face
Nice.
in my head. And I love Two-Face on Long Halloween, by the way. Anyway, so he tosses him the coin, and he said that their entire family is two sides of a coin. Each one of them have two sides of a coin, and each one is,
Desire and hatred, despair and hope.
right.
I don't remember what else
I can't remember all of them. But then Dream says, well, then what am I? And he says, you define reality. And so then we're watching the scene at the end where the family all meets with him to meet him and to have dinner and everything. And there is a total shift in the way the family reacted to Morpheus and the way the family reacts to Daniel, the new dream. With Morpheus, everything was grim. It was grim and dark and gloomy. Not with Daniel. Everything seems to be bright, happy. It's a complete, even Destiny. The most gloomist character in the entire show even showed a little sign of happiness. So he actually did, because he's a brighter character. I mean, you could even see it in his clothes.
Oh, good call. Yes.
He's wearing all white, where Morpheus wore all black all the time. And so now you got Daniel, who's all in white. He seems to have a more positive perspective, on life. And he walks into that room, and all of a sudden, they all seem to have a more positive perspective too. So I did like that, just because it actually defined what Destruction said. Because he said, you will reflect the reality, and boom.
Yeah.
That's what we had. So.
Yeah, that's good. The brightness. I didn't pick that up. So that's insightful on that. That's a good catch on that.
Sometimes I'm smart.
Oh my goodness. So overall, was it worth watching?
I think so. I think so.
agree.
I enjoyed it. You know.
I agree.
I just don't like that Morpheus dies.
Yeah, I'm not a big
That's
fan.
true. I
I
concur.
don't like main character deaths when it's somebody that I'm
Yes.
heavily attached to.
Yes.
If you're gonna go through and make me love a character and then kill them off, I hate you.
Yeah. That's not why I watch shows. It's not why I read books. It's not, I want to go into a fantasy world to get my mind off of where I'm at right now. We all need that. We all need that
Okay.
escape.
Can I play devil's advocate for a second, though?
Okay. You want to
So,
play it? Let's bring it.
I agree on a personal level. I agree completely on a personal level. But let's go back to so when the Sanderson sisters show up in the dream world, they kill the one old guy. They kill him. They kill the pumpkin, who's played by Mark Hamill, by the way. They kill him. They kill. They killed
Cain.
like
Was it Cain or Abel?
Yeah,
It was Abel.
Is Abel
Yeah.
they killed? Yeah.
right. Whichever one wasn't already dead, because one of them was already dead.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the one goes. I don't know. Anyway, basically they killed almost all his companions. Like I think except for Lucille, or I always get her name right.
Lucian.
Lucienne.
Matthew.
The librarian.
Right.
Lucian,
Oh,
Matthew,
yeah.
the Guardians.
Right. But anyway, they kill several of them. Well, Daniel, the new Dream, after he's taken over as Dream, he starts to bring everyone back. And one of them even comments, if you continue, because they even question, Matthew questions, well, could you bring Morpheus back? And he went, I don't know. Maybe. And he was willing to try, actually. So we might have had two dreams at that point. But
Yeah.
I don't remember who says it, but one of them says, no,
Gideon.
no. By you bringing everyone back, there's no purpose to their death. There's no meaning to them. They've lost all meaning.
Mm-hmm.
So-
That was that. So Stephen Fry was the old guy. That was the name of the old guy and stuff.
Look what just
So
showed.
okay. Oh, we're gonna have an unboxing here, everybody.
Darn right
In
we
just a minute. Just a minute. Let's finish this and we'll do the unboxing. So I would say that the Stephen Fry, who's a great storyteller, by the way. I have a couple of his books on audio. And it's a really good storyteller. I think that's what he was saying that he was the one who was talking about death has no meaning. Or excuse me, life has no meaning without death,
Right.
or that kind of a thing. So
Yes. So when you look at it in that perspective, Morpheus had to die. So as much as we don't like it as being fans of the character,
Mhm.
he had to die. At some point, he has to die. And we complain about stuff like that throughout the Marvel and DC universe all the time. Because we get, and anytime you hear, oh, well, such and such a character is going to die. Oh, don't worry. They'll be back next year, or they'll be back in a month,
Yeah.
and it always happens. It truly does. And really, it just means, well, you can't kill off a character in Marvel or DC. Now, granted, this is part of the DC universe, so, say what you will. But even we as fans do get annoyed with the whole, well, we're going to kill him off. And then, there should always be an element of you can kill a character off. If you make a character so powerful that they can't be killed, then is there any excitement to the character? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So there's that aspect of it. Again,
Yeah.
on a personal level, I don't like it. I want it, but there is meaning to it. That's the point. That's the point and the purpose of it. So.
Yeah, I gotcha. All right. Well, everybody, that is our review of Sandman Season 2. It's worth seeing. If you have not watched it, it's really good.
Did you watch the bonus episode?
No, I Steven skipped through the whole thing.
Oh man, you should watch it. It's really good.
I
It's a
love the
death
bonus
episode.
I know it is. I was just like,
No, it was
where's
really,
this going?
really
This
good.
seems weird, kind of a thing. But
Oh,
all
I
right.
loved it. I loved it. But
It was great. I
Death.
like the
Go ahead. man.
I do like Death. Yes, the
I
character.
Liked her, and I really liked that episode. I wouldn't mind a spin-off series of her
I wouldn't
doing her
either.
job.
I would definitely watch a season or 2 of that. That would be awesome. I would highly recommend watching the Death episode. It is really, really good. I really enjoyed it, even though Morpheus isn't in it, but it's really good. Death takes a day off, which I find fascinating. Anyway, okay.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah, I just got a package, so if you want to see it.
Yeah. So everybody, here we go. We're transitioning. Rip-a-verse package.
I
Yes.
was going to save this for a future Geekdar, but since it came in today and Brenda just brought it in to me, so I'm going to go ahead.
Nice. He's opening up Rip-a-verse. We can't see you opening it up.
Yeah, sorry, I don't really have a camera pointed down at it, but I will show you what's in it. I actually have another order coming too because I got a bonus at work, so I splurged a little bit.
Nice.
Anyway, so I made an order and they package really nice, by the way. I got issue number 3 of Isom.
Nice.
So I'm all caught up on Isom now. I mean, well, I haven't read them all, but obviously I just opened that one. And then this character I was excited about, and I thought, I'm going to go ahead and order it. It wasn't too expensive. So I got Zalen.
Oh, Zalen. Yeah.
So it's their first like space character, basically.
What kills must die.
Yeah. I think he looks pretty cool. So I judged the book by the cover.
Nice.
The cover looks really good. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll get that one. So yeah, I got my latest 2. Well, I won't say these are the latest because there's a lot of Rip-a-verse books that came out, but yeah. So, and I'm wearing my Yaira t-shirt today, by the way.
Nice.
So I'm kind of all Rip-a-versed out today.
Sweet. He's decked out in Rip-a-verse.
All ready for our interview with Andrew Rodriguez on Tuesday.
That is correct. Very exciting. Very exciting. That's going to be great. So 7 Central Standard Time, everybody, next Tuesday. Mr. Rodriguez, the creator of the new Speedster in the Rip-a-verse verse.
I am excited that Rip-a-verse is getting a Speedster too. That is
so I know. You're a big Speedster fan.
I am. Flash is one of my favorite DC characters, so this is going to be awesome. I can't wait to see what their Speedster can do and what he's like.
It's like it looks like it's a family dynamic coming of age type story.
So the first story will be in Ripazine 5. It's introduced in the Ripazine, which I think is a great way for them to introduce characters because they can give these nice, quick, short stories.
Yeah, and it makes those magazines worth a little bit for those who like certain characters to.
Yeah, unfortunately, I only got issues 1 and 2, and 3 and 4. I was thinking about ordering 3 or 4 this week. And you can't get the $8 option for either 3 or 4 anymore. You can only get the $20 option. So, I was bummed. I was like, because I haven't bought a $20.
What makes them $20 ones? What makes it $20? A special cover?
I don't know. They add something extra to the. I don't know if they add extra artwork or I don't know. Something's different about the $20 one, but. I mean, he makes sure you have value for your money.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm not putting it down or anything. I just don't want to spend the money.
Well, when you've got limited income, like all of us do.
Yeah. Eric, I can't keep up with all your stuff. We love you, Eric July, but I just can't keep up with all of it.
Yeah, we got to be. We're a little on the choosy side now. So yeah.
Man, he's got so many new characters that I want to.
It is exciting though for him. I'm excited for.
Oh, I am too.
That whole thing.
I am
awesome.
glad the Rippaverse is growing. I'm thrilled.
Yeah.
I can't collect everything of DC and Marvel either. So I
Right.
pick these over there too. So
yeah,
I want to be able to get more of the Rippaverse.
Yeah, it's good. It's high quality stuff. I mean,
it's awesome, man.
It's good. So yeah. All right. Well, with that, everybody, we're going to wrap things up because by golly, it is the end of the show. And we thank you so much for being here with us. If you have not seen our webpage, you weren't watching the beginning of the show because we showed everybody the website. But hey, check us out on our webpage at 2geeksmike.com. That's the number 2 GEEKSMIC.com. There's you will find all things 2 Geeks. You can also get to our merch page from there. But if you want to go directly to the merch page, that website is 2geeksmikemerch.com. 2GEEKSMICMERCH.com. And if you want to support us, we really appreciate it because all that money goes to help pay for just all the stuff that we have to do for this. We don't make any money. We just love the opportunity just to hang out with you guys and any kind of things you can help. We'd appreciate it. You can go to our Ko-fi page, ko-fi.com/2geeks. That's the number 2 GEEKS. Ko-fi is ko-fi.com. And that really everything we've got there is pretty cool. I have, I don't know if I made the announcement here, but I have told folks October is when I'm releasing my book specifically for those that are subscribers on our Ko-fi page.
I don't even think you told me that yet.
Yeah. So, I must've told, who I told? I told Jeff because Jeff's book's coming out. That's where it was. Yep. And so October, see that there. And if you're a supporter, you get that book as just part of being a supporter, just our way of saying thanks for that. So pretty excited about that. Also, if you want to reach out to us just to say, hey, talk to us, we have show@2geeksmike.com. We do get people who come in and say, hey, why don't you do XYZ, different things. We do take those under advertisement. As advisement, but we still kind of pick some things. Some people have recommended. We're like, well, I don't know if that really fits us or not. So, but it's okay. We appreciate the feedback and we appreciate the insights that people have. All right. Well, Mike, anything else that you have?
Yeah, a few things. First of all, please make sure and go and like and subscribe to us on the socials. I added a social this week. We are now officially on Instagram after 4.5 years of podcasting.
That's all right. You do it little by little, everybody. When you have a podcast, you focus on one thing, then you go to the next, and then you go to the next. So.
Well, 2 Geeks and a Microphone are zooming into the 2010s and finally joining Instagram.
Right.
So please make sure and go. If you're an Instagram person, make sure and give us a follow over there. I'm trying to build that up, and I'm more or less the posts kind of mirror Facebook, but I just want to give people an option because I know there's a lot of people out there like Instagram and don't like Facebook. So this just gives you another option of a place that you can follow us. I don't know if we can put the shows on Instagram or not. That'd be kind of cool if we could do that. But regardless, go and like and follow us over there. I am also actively trying to make more posts and I want to do more informative geeky posts, like for instance character history of character debuts or history of particular storylines or history of movie releases, television releases, etc. So be on the lookout for those things. I'm trying to be more active on it. Something I just kind of thought of this week that we just need a bigger following on all of our Facebook and Instagram and that kind of stuff. So I figure this would be one way to get people interested in us. And who knows, those might spawn into different episodes too. As we go on.
Right. Sounds good.
And then, of course, you can always catch us on Rumble, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. We are live every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. You do the math on the rest because I don't like math. All right. I think I got everything in.
There you have it. There you are.
Steven, any last words, funny anecdotes?
Nope. It's all good.
All right. With that said, please make sure with that said, I'm gonna end this up with something that Brenda mentioned. Make sure you be on the lookout for death because eventually she meets everyone. Please do not Steven skip us because we are much more better than the rest.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you for joining us today on the Two Geeks and a Microphone podcast. Tune in next week when we will have more news and reviews. Until then,